Hello, everybody, and welcome to Trading Within the Box. Thank you for coming to the charts. It's June 15th here today, and we're at 11 o'clock in the morning here going over the charts. First of all, this is not a recommendation to buy, hold, sell stocks, futures, equities, any kind of forex or options. This is an educational video only. If you'd like to purchase stocks, please contact a licensed professional or the brokerage house of your choice, and they can help you there in the execution. Okay, so we had a video a few days ago about great setups coming, and I wanted to show you where we are today. So we did that over the weekend, and that was on Sunday, and that was at the end of the week. So we had weeklies there, and we had gone over all the end of the weeks here, and now we are going to go back to the stocks that we had gone over with everybody. So I just wanted to tell everybody that and get that all set for everybody here. TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor. This is something that we've been going over for a while. So let's go to it because people are asking whatever happened to the great setups that were coming, and now we're going to go over this. Okay, so we knew we had support right here. See the capitulation candlestick right there, and as you see here, we came nicely off support, and we came into this large volume stick right here, down here. Okay, and you could see it right there. So we came into that huge volume. We could not take out that gap here because we came back with what? Much lighter volume. Look at the void, okay, in the average volume, right in that little space right there. You see that right there, okay? We came back, we had a W formation, and then we gap up. Okay, then we go into resistance, and what happens? We have a little bit of a small pop over the top, and then we come back down again here. Now, what we want to know here as we're coming back, because we want to know when we're going to get back into this thing here, okay? Because here's the box, okay? This was the cheese that you were getting, and this was the area where we were trading from, okay? If you were just getting in, you were getting it at support at 98.19, and then you got out somewhere in the 109 area. Okay, beautiful trade right there, and that was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Okay, that's 1 week right there. Okay, incredible trade. Okay, so now you come back and you're drifting back now. What do you see here as you're drifting back? You're drifting back to where? Here's the support area. Okay, that's right there. It could hold above support also, I mean, and stay right there, and then boom, and then we start heading up again. So I think we have one more leg to go up here, and possibly in the 114 to 117, 118 area, okay? And let's see what happens there, because remember, they love this price right here, because they gapped up into this area at around $98, and then they love this price right around this price at 91, okay? So remember, they love that price. Now it's 105.90 today on June 15th here, okay? And this, if you go back and you want to look at the volume as it's coming back, so when you came into this swing point here and you had 25 million plus million shares, you're coming back into that right here with 12.86, okay? So, you know, you're coming back here with lighter volume as this thing came up, okay? So you get these retest W's here, and that's what you want to look for too. You see these beautiful retest W's. Look at the retest W's. You see, bam. Okay, then you come back up and you hit resistance, and you come back to it again. You have another nice retest W. You have a small little M formation, and now you're coming back. So you want to see if you possibly get another one of these, and then we come up. Okay, so that's something that you want to also look for on a line chart. The line chart will also give you a little indication. Also, when you go to it and you want to look at the small time frame, let's look at a 2-hour chart. Let's say the 1-hour chart is a little too many whipsaws, let's say. So let's go over the 2-hour chart. Right now, what are we seeing? Higher lows, right? We gap up. We have a high low. But also, what do we have here? We have the step pattern. Remember the step pattern. Step, gap up, step, and now we come back down here. So now do we come back and hold this area? Let's see. Okay, let's see. We have the stochastic all the way on the bottom where we want it on the 2-hour chart. Okay, because you want this pullback. You want them to retest this area. You know they're going to make a run to retest it. Okay, now you're sitting at support here on Taiwan Semiconductor. Okay, so you want to see when it comes back down. Now, do we ever retest W on a 2-hour chart? Not really. Okay, so we don't. So we're waiting. Okay, so we're waiting, and then you could also see when they'll start buying it on a 45-minute chart. Okay, so as you look at a 45-minute, you'll see it right now. It's just basing pretty much, okay, at this area. So right now, we have a sideways consolidation. Let's see what happens here, okay? That's something you want to look. You got your stochastic coming down all the way to the bottom here, okay? So this is going to pull up first, okay? And then the 2-hour will follow behind it, okay? And then the daily will follow behind that. That's why you want to always manage on lower time frames, okay? Let's go to Caterpillar. So go over to Caterpillar. Now, if you watch Caterpillar here really closely, okay. So when we knew a few days ago, we knew we had the sideways, and then boom, we came up and we broke out of it again, okay. So when we were going over these setups, we were. Today's Thursday, that's Wednesday, that's Tuesday, and that's Monday. So over the weekend, we were right here. Okay, let's erase this, okay? As you see, this didn't exist, okay, over the weekend, okay? So when we were going over this on Sunday, what were we looking at? Okay, we were looking at this. We were looking at this little step. So look at the step pattern. The step patterns are the strongest. Look at this beautiful volume coming up on Caterpillar, okay? Look at the volume. And then we go back to Sunday, which we were over here over the weekend. And then what happened? Watch this. Bam. See how it popped right up, and I was 100% right there. Okay, so how do we know that was once we gapped up, once we went up right here into this area right there, we knew that we closed higher and we were heading up. How do we know? We went over to the small time frame. But right now, we're trying to manage thereafter. So that's what had happened, okay? Now we know we got to pull the chart back. Where's our resistance? Where's the supply areas? Now we're going into the supply areas here, okay? We got a major one right here, okay? And then we have a major one right at the tippy top here of the last high, okay? And then if we get above that, we're going to be in this area right here, okay? Right there. Those are the supply areas as you're going in. So these are where the sellers are, okay? If you look at Caterpillar, this is where the sellers up here, here, up here, and up here, okay? So right now you're in the area where the sellers are. Obviously, we could keep inching up. Remember, we're going into this bar, this downdraft on March 9, 2023 with 2.5 million shares, okay? Okay, and we're going into it 4.3, okay? We came up in this area 3.65. So then we go to the next bar and we have 3 million shares where it came down with. So we're going into this with strength here, okay? On Caterpillar, we're going into the downdraft of March 9th with strength. So that's something that you want to see if it's going to hold. How are you going to know? You have to break it down under the hood of the car, okay? You have to go to the small time frames, okay? And then you'll see exactly if you're going to start heading back up. Now, what's happening right here on Caterpillar is we're holding support. Now, watch this, okay? We came down, bam, we were at support, they bought. Came to support, they bought. Sideways consolidation, they bought. Okay, you gapped up, came up to resistance, came back now, and now you bought. They bought, okay? So now you're coming into this spot right here, okay? And now let's see if we start closing with this candlestick, okay? By 11:30, we close higher and we start heading. Now we can break it down into a small time frame. We can go to a 15-minute chart to really see, are they really buying this day? And yes, they're buying it, okay? So look at Caterpillar. They're back in buying, okay? Again, we have a retest W, Okay, right side of the W is higher. That's a good sign. We have good volume with support here. We have excellent volume coming into this area right here on a 15-minute chart. Okay, now we have a sideways consolidation here. Okay, if we start breaking out, remember this. Okay, now this is something that you want to keep in mind here on Caterpillar, because we're managing those stocks that we went over on Sunday. Okay, now look at this. Okay, you're going into this area now. You're going into the resistance area. Now, if we get the breakout, what do I always say? We get that little breakout, we're going to start going wild. It's upside because the short sellers that are here and here and here are going to turn and go long. Okay, and go long, and then we could head into that 250.93 range. Today it's 246.08. Okay, when we were doing this on Sunday, we were at, I think we closed around 235. I think it was like 235.70. Okay, and now we're 246, and we're on our way. Okay, again here. Okay, go to a 45-minute chart on Caterpillar, because remember, we're managing what we went over on Sunday. Okay, what do we say here? Okay, we came back with the stochastic, came back, we had a higher low. We came back here. Okay, look as it comes back, as it was holding the sideways consolidation right there. Okay, we come all the way down with the stochastic, and what happens? It holds with a higher low. Now we want to get this to break above here and break out, and then boom, we start putting the position on. Okay, that's where the short sellers are going to start buying again. Okay, on Caterpillar. So I just want to let you know what's going on with Caterpillar. Now, Boeing, we went over that on Sunday. It's another one of the great setups that we had. Okay, and what do we see here? Okay, we have, let's call it 1, 2, 3. So let's see if we're going to get one more run to 227 here. It's 219.76. Okay. This is today, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So we were here. Okay. So on Sunday, we closed at 217.99 over the weekend. Okay. Now we shot up to 223.66. Okay. We come back to support now on Boeing. Okay. So when we came back to support right here, we have to see. We really can't see. Okay, they're hiding it. So what do we got to do? We got to break it down. We got to go under the hood. We got to go to the microscope, and we got to see right here. Okay, what's happening on Boeing? Okay, so now on Boeing, you're coming off of support right now, and look at this on a 2-hour chart. You're heading up. Okay, so that's going to pull your daily. Go back to the daily. That's going to pull your daily chart stochastic up. That's going to make it turn before it starts turning to go up. Okay, we're at support. We're at a beautiful level of support right now. Okay, so your box of trading right now with Boeing is from here to here. Just for now. If we get the breakout, go to 227.07. Okay, so right now we're 219.84, and the high point at this point would be 223.63. So that's a nice little trade for a week or whatever, 4 days. Okay, so this is a market that you want to take a piece of cheese and run. This is not a market where you're going to sit there and hold forever, and that's not what we're doing here. Okay, so now we're going to make another run at this here. We come back into. Now, we came back into this huge candlestick here, and that was on June 12th. And this is on a 2-hour chart, had 559,000 shares. Okay, when we came back into that with 346,000 shares, 200. Okay, and then we had some buying coming in here. Now we get the buying. Okay. So now we're going to make a run at this, okay? And we're going to make a run at this. And then let's look at a 15-minute chart and see right here. Now, are they making a run? Of course. They're going to make a run at it. You can see it right here. You can see them buying right off support. Are they buying Boeing or buying it right off support here? Okay. So we're in intraday resistance area. We come back a little bit and then recock and then go to 223.73. Right now we're at 219.94. Okay, so that's something. So are they buying there? Yes. Okay, let's go to a 45-minute chart. And then right here, okay, coming off support. And here we go. Now we'll start moving above the moving average. Okay, and we're going to make the run. We're going to start making the run. Okay, do we have a ton of buyers up here? Not really. So let's see where we make a run up to the top here, what happens. Okay, so that's something that you're going to want to look at. Okay, so now we're at the next stock we're going to is Goldman Sachs. We went over Goldman Sachs on Sunday. And we were down over here. Okay, so we were right here on over the weekend. We had the sideways going to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, so I told you it was going to bust above. Okay, and then right here we were at. Let's see where we closed here. We closed at 335.21. Okay. We shot all the way up to 346. Okay, so that was a good. Remember, I told you, great setups coming, right? Remember, we were catching a little piece of cheese here. The real buy on Goldman Sachs was down here, way down here at support at 319.63. Okay, or I don't think he caught it at 316, but I'm just saying. Now this is how we're managing on the way up. We're going into supply areas here, though. Okay. Look, that's why it sold off. It's not a surprise. Swing point on May 1st was 1.375 million shares. Okay? Going into it 1.7, 1.8. So we're coming into this area with strength here. Okay? So we're going to make another run at this top here. Okay, on Goldman Sachs. Now, when you look at it, so that was nice, right? We said 335.21 on Sunday, and then we got all the way up to the high here at 344.78. So that was a nice little trade right there. Okay, because it took your profits as you knew you were in the supply area. Okay, now we go back to support, and what happens here? Okay, now we come back into this area. We had on June 13th, we went into this area where we had we had a small gap up at almost 102,000 shares. Okay, came back with 29 and 63,000 into this area. Okay, so that's garbage as it's coming back. Not really selling it, just taking profits. Now you say I'm at support here. Okay, I'm at support on Goldman Sachs. Okay, now we want to know where. Here's my trading within the box. Okay, here's your trade. Okay. So you know that 348.91 or 349, right now you're at 340.73 at 11:28 a.m. on June 15th here. Okay? So so we want to look at this. We're coming off of support right now. Okay? We want to see if we're going to turn and start heading up. Okay? And how we'll know that is the 45-minute chart already started. So that's going to pull up. As that pulls up, that's going to pull up the hourly chart. See how the hourly chart already crossed. Now look at the hourly chart. We have a W formation, a retest W already. Right there, right at support. Okay? So that means we're heading up again. Okay? Because we got the retest. Okay? Nothing's ever 100%. Okay? But this is what we're following. We're following money. We're following what the big guys are going to do. Okay? So as that hour chart pulls up, so will the 2-hour chart will pull up, and that'll start heading up. Okay? So that's something that you want to watch. Okay? Now, let's see how much time we have. We have a few minutes left here. Let's go over Home Depot. Now, Home Depot, okay, we got the cluster here. Okay? We got the cluster. Okay? So we have some kind of building of some kind of something's happening here. Okay? What's happening? Right here. Look at this. Okay. Look at this. Okay. So we have a little pennant formation. Okay. So we have the pennant formation, and then let's see what's going to happen. So this is something, we got a consolidation going on here on Home Depot. Home Depot, let's look at now here, okay, trading within the box. So what happens here? Now they're not selling it because look at the capitulation candlestick right there on June 14th, okay? That was yesterday, okay? And now now look at this. There's some nice volume coming in. 2-hour chart heading up, okay? We're heading up into the top range of the consolidation. Okay, so if we break out of this area here, then we'll be heading north, okay? So that's something that we want to see. It could stop and fail and come back. If it stops, fails, and comes back and hold, then you know, and it gets good volume coming in here, then you know we're going to start breaking out, okay? Remember in this area right here, you have short sellers right here. You have short sellers right here, okay? So let's see what happens there with Home Depot, okay? We got J&J. We did J&J, Johnson & Johnson, and let's go over Johnson & Johnson. We went over this on Sunday, okay? Here's Thursday, here's Wednesday, here's Tuesday, here's Monday, okay? So we were over here. We were right in this spot on Sunday, okay? When we were going over, it came to support. We had a little bit of a consolidation there, and we had a breakout, and I told you that these were good setups, right? Now we're in resistance. So 163.05, okay, right now on J&J, on Johnson & Johnson. I told you these were good setups. That's why we were watching these setups, okay? These are on the Dow 30, okay? They're in the Dow 30 stocks. Now we're at resistance. So remember, when we came off of support here at 159.45, we're now at 163.06 here, okay? So that's something you want to be careful of, because if you're already in at support, you want to take your shares off right now and wait for a pullback. But let's see, go on a 2-hour chart. Not yet, because what's happening, we just had a consolidation and we broke out, okay? So we're not taking the shares off yet. If we keep closing higher on the 2-hour chart, and then you could even say, you know what, let me look at it on the 45-minute chart. Look at the volume here, okay? So we're not taking the shares off yet, okay? We're not taking them off yet. Because why? They're still buying here. We had a sideways consolidation and we had the pop, okay? So that means they're buying, okay? So they're still buying this thing. If we get closing higher, we just stay, okay, on the smaller time frames, okay? That's something that we only have a few more minutes here to go over. So J&J, so Procter & Gamble, PG, Procter & Gamble, okay? We were over here on Sunday. We came back and we had a consolidation, okay? So this was something that was coming off the bottom here, okay? So now we get a pop to the upside here. Now, are we going to start getting this? So look at the daily chart just crossed, okay? Let's quickly move over because we don't have a lot of time here. Let's look at the weekly chart is getting ready. Now look at this on Procter & Gamble, okay? Higher lows, okay? Higher lows as we pull back. Higher lows again. This starts to pull up. We'll be another uptrend here. We'll be heading this way, okay? So on Procter & Gamble, that's what we're waiting for here. This could be a great setup here on Procter & Gamble. Okay, what's going on the daily chart? Now, let's go to a 2-hour, because you can really break it down and really see what they're doing with a sideways consolidation here, okay, on a 2-hour chart over 2, 4, 6, 8-hour period, okay? And then we have the breakout, okay? We have a breakout. So look at Procter & Gamble here. Now, look at this, okay? Now, are we getting the breakout here, okay? Look at Procter & Gamble. So this is something that you want to keep a close eye on here as we look at the 2-hour chart here, okay? And we got some nice volume coming here. And let's see if we get some follow through here. Okay, that's a nice setup on Procter & Gamble, okay? UNH, last one, UNH. these things happen all the time. We have a gap down, okay? So we have a gap down. So remember what was happening here, okay? As we were looking here, okay? So today's Thursday, that was Wednesday. So we were in this range. We had a consolidation here. So we never got a breakout here on UNH, and we gap down. Okay, so that's why you have to be careful here. You want to make sure you get a confirmation of the breakout. Okay, so here's the consolidation, and then we gap down here. Okay, so that's something that you have to be careful. Where's the weekly chart? And we could be going in this sideways area, and that's what's exactly happening on the weekly chart, where we're at support right now. And we're in a range, in a sideways range. Look at the weekly stochastic pointing sideways here, okay? Pointing sideways, and that's what's happening there with UNH. Okay, so not every one of them is going to work. That's why you got to be careful, and you want to get the confirmations, and then you could go in. So thank you very much for watching. June 15th here. Please like, subscribe, share my channel. Thank everybody for coming and watching. I hope this video helps everybody, and have a wonderful day.